What's up guys? In this video I'm going to talk about 5 things that I hate about the iPhone X. Alright, so let's get right into this. Number 5, multitasking. I don't like the way they do it. It's too slow. Switching apps is a little easy if you use the bottom bar, but it just feels weird to me because my finger's in the way. Just because it's like right there at the bottom of the phone and usually my pinky is resting under it. Just swiping up so you can see all your apps that are open and running, it just takes a second. Like you swipe up and then hold and then they pop up. It's just that delay is what bugs me. You can do the swipe and then throw it to the side thing and it like brings you into it a little bit quicker, but it just doesn't feel as natural as just swiping straight up. I missed that double tap of the home button because that was like super fast. You just double tap it quick, the apps pop up and you can do whatever you want. If you want to close any apps, you just swipe them up, which I don't know why they added a whole nother step to that. You have to tap and hold after bringing up the multitasking apps. You tap and hold and then you can close them with the little red button at the top left, or you can just swipe them away. So it's like they took how they did multitasking before, made it slower, and then also added extra steps to it, and it really bugs me. Number 4, the control center. I don't know why they put it at the top right of the phone. I feel like it's the most awkward spot, especially when it was at the bottom and it was just a quick swipe up. Now it's at the top and it's a swipe down, and it just, to me, it feels awkward. I always want to swipe up from the bottom. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not where it's at now. I thought I'd get used to it really quick and like not even think about it, but I haven't got used to it. It just feels weird being right there. Even when I'm using my phone in my right hand, it's just like, you had it from the bottom. I liked it like that. Why couldn't you have worked it in some way where you could just still have it like that? Again, it's like changing something that didn't really need to be changed. Number 3, no headphone jack. This bothers me, but at the same time it doesn't bother me. I'll explain why. So usually if I'm like listening to music on my phone, I don't even use headphones anymore. I've got the AirPods. I love them. Best headphones ever. I literally think it's like the best product Apple has put out since the iPhone. So yeah, as far as music, that doesn't bother me not having a headphone jack, but I just got a new car and my auxiliary cable's in there, and I have to have that little extra cable to plug into my iPhone, which uses the lightning port, which means I can't charge my phone while I'm in the car and listening to music at the same time. So that's been bugging me. I'm missing the headphone jack. This all sounds like such first world problems. I think I should say before I get further into the video, I'm not hating on the iPhone X at all. I love this phone so far, but this is just the things that I don't like about it. So it's probably gonna sound, now that I'm filming this, I realize kind of negative. But there's a lot of stuff I like about the phone too, so stay tuned for that video when I'm talking about all that. Number 2. Now I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but this design, I love it, but in the dark, I hate it. When I'm driving, I can usually just pick up my iPhone, not look at it at all, like keep my eyes on the road, and I can change a song that I'm listening to in my car. But with this phone, I pick it up, and I literally am looking at the back of the phone sometimes. And I can't tell unless I actually look down at the phone or I just randomly feel the camera poking out. Don't get me wrong, I love the design of this phone, like it feels amazing, but it's almost like the roundness to it, you can't tell one side from the other. Especially in the dark, like I said. Like if I'm laying in bed or it's just dark in the room I'm in and I pick my phone up, so many times I've looked at the back of the phone trying to get it to do something. I'm like, why is it not waking up? Because I'm looking at the back of the phone, that's why. It's because there's no home button though, because before I would immediately, like my finger would go to the home button and it would like give me orientation of where everything's at on the phone. I think even just using it now, like a lot of times I could text and do stuff on my phone without touching it, and that keyboard's moved around a little bit. There's no home button, so I can't feel where everything's actually at. I know, it's like a completely new thing for me to learn, so maybe give it some more time and I'll get used to that, but I don't know, I've used it a good bit and it still feels weird. And finally, number 1, Face ID. I love it and I hate it. It's a love-hate thing. Again, going back to slowing the phone down, I feel like Face ID, as much as it works, like it works really, really good. When it looks at your face and it's trying to pick up your face, it does an amazing job. Not saying it's bad in that regard. It's just slow. I feel like looking at my phone, waiting for it to unlock, it just adds that half a second delay, and it bothers me so much. I feel like that's something Steve Jobs, you guys remember, like he complained about like some computers turning on, he wanted them to boot faster. He was like, if we get it to boot just a few seconds more, everybody that uses this machine, every time they boot up their computer, imagine all that time accumulated together. That's like years and years of time wasted. If we could just get this computer faster, we would save people all that time combined. That's kind of like crazy to think about, and I feel like Steve Jobs would not have let this pass if he was still around. He'd have been like, no, if we're gonna do this, it has to be faster than what it was before. I think the main issue that I've ran into with Face ID is if my phone's locked, I'll pick it up. It like won't wake up. Like it's supposed to do the like raised awake, or like if you look at it, it can tell. But so many times I've picked it up and I've been like, oh, it's still a black screen. I have to act like I'm setting my phone back down, pick it back up so it like actually wakes up. Or I'll just press the power button on the side to like wake it up. And it's like it adds extra steps where I didn't have to before. And I wasn't a fan of Touch ID. Like it didn't work for me most of the time. Oh, and anytime it's sitting on a desk, you actually have to pick it up, or you're gonna have to pretty much type in the passcode. Because it's been sitting on a desk and I've like tried to peek my head over to like get it to scan my face, and it just never works. It always pops up for me to type in the password, which even that, before it even suggests the password to you, it like takes a second before it'll even do that. I don't know, it's just the whole thing, they need to get faster. I like the motions and the swipes and gestures and everything. It feels good, but it's slow. If you're gonna change stuff up, it has to be faster and more intuitive, not feel nice, but make it slower, because that like, again, like adds up a ton of time that people are wasting just trying to unlock their phone, and they're just wanting to browse Twitter and Facebook and like my Instagram pictures and stuff. All right guys, so there you go. That's me pretty much bashing the iPhone X, iPhone 10. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if there's anything you don't like about it. Whether you have the phone or not, you can let us know. Or maybe there's a reason you're not gonna get the iPhone X because of one of those things you hate about it. Maybe it's the headphone jack. A lot of people really don't like that it doesn't have a headphone jack. But if you got the AirPods, I bet you change your mind on that. If you want to though, you can also throw in some positive stuff that you like about the phone too. So that way it's just not all negativity in this video. We're just hating on the iPhone X. That's alright, that's the video for it. If you want to hate on it, do it in the comments down below. Which phone's better than the iPhone X? Which one should you get instead of the X? Alright guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe right there if you want to see more videos on tech stuff like this. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!